that you're having the time of your life. Think twice. That's my only advice. Oh, who do you think you are? Oh, bless your soul. You think you're in control. I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. Just like me. My heroes had the heart, lose their lives out on the land. And all I remember is think I want to be like them. Oh, yeah. Ever since I was little, it looked like fun. And it's not coincidence. Hello, everybody. It's a beautiful Monday evening, and I must tell you that when I get to this point, all I want to do is turn on that camera and see if I can just give you my 2 cents worth of what's going on in sub-Saharan Africa. Okay. Hello, everybody. Hope you're well. First of all, let me begin by saying I appreciate you taking the time out of your very busy schedule, wherever you're from, whoever you are, to spend a few moments with me here on SML TV. Please tell me in the comments below, as is my custom. I love to come to you and ask you if this is loud and clear. I'm still trying to suss out which internet service provider is the best. I've tried them all. I have. I've tried Airtel, MTN. I haven't tried Liquid Telecom on here yet, but I hear they're good, and I want to try them. Right now, I'm using Airtel, and I'm hoping it's not going to cut. There's nothing worse. Honestly, really, there's nothing worse than doing a live broadcast, and all you do is cut and jive and bob and weave, and people trying to follow what you're saying, but they can't hear what you're saying because the connection's not all good. That just, boy, I tell you, it drives me nuts. But I need for you to tell me in the comments below if I'm loud and clear. Somebody says loud and clear. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Tawera Nyarenda, one of our faithfuls and one of our regulars. I appreciate you so much. You're loud and clear, Mr. Mwera. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Appreciate you so much. Bless you. Okay, before I get into this, and I'll only need about 10 minutes of your time, I was watching the Republican presidential debate over there in the States. And, you know, for a long time, Donald Trump has sort of dominated Republican politics in America. And because of his recent legal battles, his presence has been sort of overshadowed. And watching these contenders, people like Mike Pence and all these other players, for a moment, you lose sight of the fact that there's not a single solitary person that is not indispensable. All of us are indispensable. All of us. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how valuable you are. It doesn't matter how critical you are. It doesn't matter how important you are. The moment you exit, somebody will take your place. Somebody is going to sit where you once sat. Somebody said, well, man, what are you talking about? I'm talking about this. Here it is. We thought that if Donald Trump didn't show up, the whole Republican Party would fall apart and the whole thing would go to pot. Well, no, that's not the truth. There is a young rising star within the Republican Party by the name of Vivek Ramaswamy. Was it Ramaswamy? I always messed it up because I was talking to Gift earlier today and she kept on mispronouncing his name. Vivek Ramaswamy. He's a young 38-year-old entrepreneur, millionaire businessman. He's a product of big pharma meaning the pharmaceutical industry. And this guy, and I'll call him a kid because he's far younger than I am, and he's 38 years old. One of the quickest talking, sharpest minds that I have seen in a long time. Very reminiscent of former President Barack Obama in the sense that, you know, he brings sort of a fresh atmosphere to the political sphere. Very reminiscent of Barack Obama in that sense, but very different in the sense that he's quick, boy. He's a sharp, quick thinker. He talks fast and he knows what he's talking about. I mean, the guy's written books. He's got a whole litany of success story after success story. He's just done so much at his very young age. And of course, people are calling him a newbie. He's never done politics before. But I tell you, he has reinvigorated, almost single-handedly, I must tell you, he has reinvigorated and almost redefined the American Republican Party. And I must tell you, this young man is somebody to look at. He's somebody to take a closer look at and pay attention to, because I'm telling you, he's going to give those old timers, he's going to give all those old fuddy-duddies, he's going to give the establishment a run for their money, because I'm telling you, this kid's talking sense. He is. And I'm excited to see where America is going to go and how America is going to embrace this guy and see if they can give him a chance. You know, here's the thing. There's always a ram in the bush. Always. I have come to accept that. I've come to believe that. The moment your back is against the wall and you think, you know, where are the leaders? Who's going to lead the charge? Who's going to step up to the plate? There's always a ram in the bush. And I tell you, this young man, Vivek Ramaswamy, is a ram in the Republican Party's bush. Tell me if you believe that. Tell me if that resonates with you. Tell me if that makes any sense. Tell me. And I want to hear what you have to say about Vivek Ramaswamy. Remember that name. Remember that name. It's a name to remember. Okay. All right, let's get into it. Many of you know that Zimbabwe has just had their elections, their 2023 elections. They just went to the polls a few days ago. And of course, as expected, the ZANU-PF carried the day, fraudulently carried the day. Let's just put it out there. The ZANU, anything with PF in it, speaks of dishonesty. It speaks of skullduggery. It speaks of underhandedness. It speaks of the quintessential nature of what corruption really is. It speaks of decadence. And this party, this draconian party that has loomed large over the Zimbabwean territory since 1980. You guys remember this young, vibrant politician, revolutionary by the name of Robert Mugabe came on the scene back in 1980, and he promised to take this country called Zimbabwe to greater heights, when really all he did was single-handedly destroy a nation that was once referred to as the breadbasket of Africa. Everybody knows this. I mean, Robert Mugabe came on the scene, and what he did was, oh dear, my phone is ringing. I hope you don't hear that. What he did was he basically he plunged a whole nation into utter chaos, and he allowed it to spin out of control, so much so that he lost sight of the greater good. He lost sight of the whole nation as a whole, and he began to completely and solely focus on self-preservation, and then he camouflaged it. This is the sad thing about these politicians, is that they camouflage all of this in nationalism. They camouflage it by saying, oh, no, we want to do this for the people. Mugabe started to parcel out and give out land to Black Zimbabweans and saying, well, this is your land. This is your heritage. And while that may be true and so, the underlining current was about self-preservation. That's all it was about. Self-preservation. And anytime you have a cluster, President Hakainde Hichilema refers to them as a clique of thieves. Anytime you have a clique, a group, a remnant of people that believe that it is their God-given preserve to rule over a nation with an iron fist, and they truly believe within their minds that this is their God-given right. Anytime you have a group of people that think in that way, then you know that you have a group of people that are unpatriotic. They know nothing about patriotism. They don't love their nation. They love themselves. And so back in 2017, Emerson Mnangagwa conducted a clandestine coup, grabbed power from Mugabe, because God knows he wouldn't give it up. I mean, Mugabe, being the stubborn old man that he was, Mugabe being the man that was just so steeped in self-preservation, he couldn't see beyond his nose if it was staring right at him. I mean, the man was delusional beyond belief. Finally, Emerson Mnangagwa over there in 2017 grabbed power from Mugabe through a coup, clandestinely. And really, it was the same people. It was like rearranging the chairs on the Titanic. Emerson Mnangagwa is a product of the ZANU-PF. And so even though he grabbed power from Mugabe, he didn't do much in terms of change the country, because it was the same players. It was like rearranging the chairs on the Titanic. It didn't matter where you put the chairs. The ship still sinks. And that's where Zimbabwe is today. And I must tell you that Zimbabwe is a country that over time has been conditioned to believe in an inferiority complex designed by Robert Mugabe. Robert Mugabe and his people literally over time conditioned the Zimbabwean people to believe that they were helpless, that they could do nothing beyond the sphere of who the ZANU-PF are. ZANU-PF conditioned the Zimbabwean people into thinking that they are subject to the whims and the desires of this ZANU-PF. That it didn't matter how loudly the Zimbabwean people spoke, this party would subdue their voices. Zimbabwe. The only thing that's going to save Zimbabwe is a revolution. And it has to come from the depth of the people of Zimbabwe. Zimbabweans have to rise up against that injustice. Zimbabweans have to rise up as a unit against the draconian rule of this Emerson Mnangagwa and his band of crooks and thieves. Zimbabwe. It breaks my heart. It really does. I drive through Zimbabwe now and I look at it and I think, oh my goodness. Oh, what a sad story. What a sad story. I mean, look at a country that once was a country that had so much potential, destroyed by a single man and his family. It's like that country over there in Haiti. Haiti, you know, the country that shares a border with the Dominican Republic. Haiti is a failed state. Why? Because of its history. They once had a lunatic for president by the name of Papa Doc. This guy was entrenched in the occult. He was steeped in witchcraft like you wouldn't believe. He had his whole nation under some type of illusion that he had this spiritual demonic power, and the people of Haiti believed it for years. It's so sad. So sad. And Zambians, let me say to my fellow Zambians, be thankful that we're not like Zimbabwe. Be thankful. Be thankful that we're not like Haiti. Be thankful. Because the Zambian mindset, I'm telling you, look, I'll be the first one to tell you, we're not perfect as a people. We're not. I mean, we've got a long way to go. But I will tell you this, when it comes to selecting our leaders, when the Zambian people just decide, honey, we decide. We decide, and there's not a tsunami in hell that would push against us. There is not an opposition in hell that would withstand the will of the people. Be thankful for that, Zambians. Whoever you are, whatever color you are, be thankful that you live in a country that, I know times machinations happen, but sometimes the Zambian people rise up. They rise up. We rise up and we say, no, we're not going that way. We're going this way. And it doesn't matter what you say, that's the way it's going to be. We need to hold fast to that. All right. I don't know why that's off. Okay. I got to go. Thanks for watching. Bye.